everybody who are listening us today or watching on stream or YouTube after the stream. Today we have Maksym from xTiles, and I think you already have seen about xTiles, heard about xTiles, so that's the huge opportunity for me to ask Maksym about their product. But first, the short intro, as always. This podcast is about startups, about how they're becoming businesses, how they're growing, and how people behind the startups became entrepreneurs. Why are they doing this? They're not being employed by somebody; they're employed by themselves in the first place. And as always, there is QR code to donate to Cola because we need support of our army, and they need our support. So don't hesitate. Please donate. Every dollar, even a euro, counts. So let's start. Today we are changing our format a bit. At the beginning, we will ask about your pitch, Max. So the first hi, say hi.
Hi, Sergey.
Yeah.
Glad to meet you. Glad to invite you to your podcast.
Let's do your pitch.
I am Maksym Kuchur, founder of xTiles. xTiles is all-in-one productivity platform. The problem which we are solving is gather notes, tasks, links, images, files in one place and process all main productivity use cases like planning, brainstorming, task management, building knowledge base, and collaboration. The main our competitor is Notion. Why we better? We much more simpler, visual, and flexible. It's word from our users. So now we have more than 8,000 monthly active users. I want to say what now we are very close to on the first version of our product. So our growth in the future, because now we don't have complete all-in-one tool, but we will get it in 2 months. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks. That's very important to define what the product is and it's all about, because we will talk about next hour about everything you've mentioned already. And the first question is about everyone learned about your product, about your company a year ago in September of the last year, when you at the end of September 20th or 22, when you launched on Product Hunt. It was product of the day, product of the week, almost product of the month. How you've prepared to this? You were preparing for a month to do this, or it was just let's go and set up a Product Hunt launch?
A lot of Ukrainian startups took our advice before launching on Product Hunt, because we really did it well. And but it's really a lot of work behind this Product Hunt launch. It take, I think, about 6 weeks of hard work, or just even more. We invite a lot of Ukrainian entrepreneurs, startups, people who work where. So the basement, I think a half of people who vote to xTiles, it was people which we asked directly. Mm-hmm. Other part, it was Product Hunt users who like our product. So I think it's combination of good work on one hand, and on other hand, we are really wide product, so for wide audience, and a lot of people was interested in what a new productivity or new all-in-one tool appear on horizon. And yeah, I think it was a reason why we got so a lot of votes on Product Hunt.
So you found your like product hunt market fit. So your product is product to product hunt fit. Yeah.
I think it's really works for us because we not just get a lot of votes,
Yeah.
we earn some money on Product Hunt. So
Yeah.
about $20,000 in general we earn on Product Hunt, and it was our best period in our revenue because. It was very innovative audience and audience with money, so we can afford, for example, Believer plan, which cost $300. So yeah.
Wow. But let's get back to year before your product hunt launches, because I've read articles about xTiles, and you started working in like autumn of 2021 on this product, something like that. And like the several days before the full scale work started, you like switched off your service businesses and decided to go all in with xTiles. Please tell a story about why you're a successful service company. You had like uh, but you've decided to go into product. Why so?
Uh, xTiles set up in May of 2021, and before the full-scale invasion, we have only first version of MVP, and we had plans to make our first marketing campaign, and we did it at February 23. It was so dramatic match, and but after the starting of the war, it was hard decision to me what I should do next. And if you speak about my service company, it was hard times for this company too. But I I cannot unveil details, but I cut off some projects in service company and move this company to my partner.
Okay.
And I concentrate only on xTiles. At that moment, it was risk decision. But I believe in success. I don't know.
Just your first answer to me when I asked you, can you come to talk about xTiles? I said, oh, of course I wanted to talk about xTiles, just because it's like I always talking about xTiles with everybody, and I do like. After that, after the first conversation with you in chat, you're like, yeah, Maksym will deliver anything about xTiles. That's huge, yeah. And what was like idea behind starting xTiles? Because in 2021, Notion is already over there. It's very popular with communities with like huge growth. There are Coda and dozens of other Evernote like things that are existing. Like I don't know about my mind. It's very small, but they're existing like for 5 years already, and there are a lot of competition over there. Why you've decided to go there too?
Yeah, but xTiles story is much more longer than 2 years. Yeah, because 9 years ago I start another startup which called xTile. Yeah,
Okay.
and it was it was the idea which was very similar to Notion idea. I want to make user-friendly builder of databases.
Uh-huh.
Before that, I had very big experience to build in some accountant system like I don't know one C system in Ukraine, but I think yeah. So this topic is very close to me. I
Uh-huh.
like. I like information. I like structuring of information. Had has I have really big experience in that, and I think I have some vision how it could be more effective. And yeah, 9 years ago, I launched xTile, and but at that time I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough experience. I don't. I didn't have strong tech team because this product is quite complicated in. If you speak about software, so we need really strong team with good experience. But I took part of the team from xTile and set up xTiles. But I understand at that moment I understood drawbacks of Notion. Of course, Notion is beautiful product. I like Notion, and I wanted to do something the same. And yeah, might be some things I could make in different way, but Notion really beautiful product, and I inspired of story of Notion. They really made good job. But if we speak about Notion in personal use, if we speak about using Notion in non-tech teams like marketing teams, some business teams, designer teams, writer teams, Notion is complicated. And the way of Notion is building template creators community, which sell their templates to companies, to personal use. And but it's a problem. What users who want to create their own productivity workspace, to build their own no-code productivity app, I want to call it. It's like that. It's hard to every user build their own productivity system because a user should understand how a databases works. And for me, it's simple, but for a lot of people, it's not so simple. And yeah, it was my point. Another things about Notion, I understand what modern generation and they need more visuality in these documents and in these projects because we now classical vertical documents look boring and we need more infographics, more typographics, more some elements which make this information more understandable, more clear, more impressive for us, especially if we build our own productivity system. It's the same experience like with paper notebook. Some people just write using pen with one color. But a lot of people use color markers, some pencils,
Yeah.
some stickers, and so on. And I want to give that experience
Yeah.
with xTiles to people, but in digital world.
Wow. Wow. I do love this because I'm, yeah, uh, dozens of years ago, I found the notebooks that I love, and I'm buying them since, and special markers and all this stuff. And I do, I do relate to this comparison that you could be like Notion. Notion is a Moleskine maybe in some ways, but it's not all the market that is available for everybody. Yeah, I do agree that Notion has their own limitations. For example, our database of like startup toolkit is published on Notion, and there are we super SEO and member of something on top, but it's like, wow, now you need to think before you are putting words in it to do something, because you need I need the database, and I need to publish database first and then trying to put some information over there. That's why I still have like several notepad styles applications where I'm thinking about when I'm typing, not not using Notion to publish something, because Notion is a published software more than creative software right now. Okay, yeah. And let's go to your personal story, because you mentioned you started service business and you had it, but you've moved to this like product and style, and you've started xTiles 9 years ago. Uh, and what was like you said it was hard decision to go with xTiles all the way a year ago, but why this product so like have huge potential than any service business you could like build or grow?
Uh, I think it will be more clear if I tell you my story from the very beginning,
Sure.
because yeah, I have interesting story. By the
Yeah.
way, I wrote and sell my first software when I was 16. I was in school.
Wow.
Yeah, and I even don't have a computer in my home. I use computer in school, and
Wow.
yeah, and grandmother's neighborhood asked me to write
Yeah.
to write him software. It was accountant software for
Yeah.
his business. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a time when yeah, before Windows 98. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it, it was in 1998. Yeah, so it was my first experience when I built software, sell it. I was product manager, UX designer. I was everything, and I was so impressed about that. I decided what it will be. It would be my way. So I want to make software and sell it. And next years I sell this program. This I of course I improved it. I
Mhm.
moved to some modern technologies. At that time, it's developing very very quickly. Yeah, but I made software. I sell software. I worked with different companies, and when I was 30, I set up with service company. And with service company, it wasn't uh, like classical service company. have some partnership with several businesses, and I was technical partner. For sure, it was something like service, but product manager was on my side, and I was in the businesses quite deeply. So yeah. So this service company was only a way to earn money to make what I want to do by myself. For sure, I didn't know if it happened as I wanted, but it happened. So for me, building products, it's my passion. It's what I was born for. I always tell for my employees, for I don't know, students in university, when I make some lectures. What for me, it's not a job. It's not. I don't work when I go to my company. It's my, I don't know, passion, hobby, and I haven't worked in my life completely except 2 months when I don't know how it's in English.
Practicing in university,
no,
something like that.
One moment.
Yeah.
I work as a loader. Yeah, 2 months between
Okay.
In school
Yeah.
last year in school. Yeah, it's enough for me. And when I make a software, build the products, and be entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I think
Wow.
if I answer it,
Yeah, completely. Like in one take. Well, yeah. So since like 16 years old, you are building software and enjoying it. And interesting question for me, like because you started building like almost 30 years ago, you still have this passion to fast growing products. You have your own growth team. You're not like have developers, project managers, and QA. You have like growth team. You have people who are talking to users in your company. So you're quite fast growing yourself. You're fast learning. You're understanding how it should work, and that's fascinating for me.
yeah, it's a good question, because when it was 20 years ago, it was another business. It wasn't global business. It was local business. Yeah, I built software, but it's not the same like now, when we can spread our products through internet.
Yeah.
It's another time. Then I was a technical partner for, I think, 10 years, and I don't have growth team. I have product team, and I really can build good products.
Yeah.
I think all products which I built, we got success on the market. If we have if we have product market fit, so we got success. For sure, I had some unsuccessful products. It was the same, but if we speak about growth on global markets, I think now I am on my way to find this way how to grow on global market. I don't have so big experience in the web.
But you've mentioned that you was working as a technical partner, and before you was working with somebody. Is this xTiles your first company where you is the only founder?
Yeah. No, if you speak about quite
Responsibility, yeah.
successful company, yeah.
Mostly about responsibility.
Yeah, it's my. I think it's really first company when I'm alone.
Yeah,
Right.
wow, that's huge. For me, still like to, I'm almost the same age as you, but I'm still like, it's hard for me to start on my own sometimes. um, and yeah, and what's again so inspiring about you? You are still doing your business from your city of Kremenchuk, if I pronounce it correctly.
Yeah, it's correct.
uh,
Uh, yeah, I
yeah,
interrupt you.
you're building. Why you haven't moved to other cities in the first place? Like everyone moved like to other larger cities, but you are still in your own city.
Yeah, it's interesting story too because when I set up my service company, I had a choice, and I can move to big city, to Kiev, for example,
Yeah,
and did it there. But I choose my own city. Uh, I believe what I can gather enough big team um, to solve that issues which have the businesses which was ready to work with me. And for sure, my service company had more than 100 employees in good times. Yeah, and it's a reason why I am here because I mm, I took a lot of employees from this company to xTiles,
hmm
especially it's about development team. Uh, yeah, and other thing what I think I really mm, have ability to learn people quickly
yeah,
because a lot of people, a lot of employees from my service company moved to big cities, moved to another countries, and most part of them it's senior specialist.
yeah.
Uh, for sure, I don't have so big experience to learn um, uh, marketing team, but I think I did that, and we have a very strong marketing team um, with 15 people, and I think it works. On other hand, we have very strong CTO who can learn young developers and mm, uh, make middle and senior specialists from them quite quickly in a
Yeah.
year, for example. It's our way. I don't know. We used to do it, and um, uh, yeah. I think mm, because of that I'm here. But now with xTiles, I understand what I have to move. I think not in big city, but in might be in another country to develop this business, and perhaps take some part of my business team with me. I
Yeah,
understand what I.
yeah. I don't understand the last statement, but is your like now your team is fully in Kremenchuk, or you have people remotely from
Fully
other
in
cities?
Kremenchuk. We have only one remote employee in Kiev.
Uh huh.
All other team. We
Wow.
have, yeah. It's. Uh, I think I don't know. Is it true? But some people say me about it's true, but I don't know. I can inspire people. I can um, mm, unite people around some big goal, and
Yeah.
when all of us in office
Yeah.
I can do it. But if we speak about remote team, it's really hard to do it. I tried. I tried,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
we tried to hire a remote employee, but it's not the same. It's not the same. We don't have all this mm, conversation, all this information
Yeah.
environment, and uh, it don't work for them, and it's really a big problem because in my team people really like what we do. We see uh, their own personal perspective with
Yeah.
styles. We believe what we can become unicorn, and we get some piece of that. Mm, yeah, and it's explanation why we are in Kremenchuk, why we all of us in one office, and yeah, for
Yeah.
us it's really important. Might be in the future we can transformate into might be
Yeah,
two
yeah, yeah.
part of teams, but
But because you're like in not a large city, you you're hiring not experienced people. You're hiring like junior people and helping them become experienced people, and then they will move to other countries, to Facebook, Google, whatever. So you've said that you can like you understand that you can make from junior to middle developer in just 1 year. So you have this huge experience in in how to make how to study, how to make them learn, and like to do things.
yeah, for sure. No, it's not what in Kremenchuk only junior specialist. We can
Yeah,
hire,
yeah,
for
yeah,
example, SEO specialist, senior level. We can hire developers, middle senior level. But in general, yeah, you are right. What we try uh, to hire people with junior background, but
hmm
with big perspective.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I don't know. We can do that, but it's not just words. I can prove it, and I have a lot of examples. Then um, people put in very pressure environment. When you do your task quickly, you have really complicated task, and we are developing very quickly, really quickly. But for sure we our hiring should work very good, because we have to understand during with hiring hiring interviews what this person really have a chances to develop in strong specialists very quickly.
yeah, yeah. That's interesting a way, because startups are more, they are not like interested in growing somebody, they're interested in hiring people who will do from the day one something special or more than special. But with your way, you think you need to think more about in advance. So we need to hire this guy today, so in like 3 months, 4 months, when he will finish or she will finish onboarding, they can like produce something,
Yeah,
especially with development. Yeah,
but I want to say what at the very beginning of xTiles we have some core team
yeah,
who,
yeah, yeah,
who are experienced. Yeah, but I am ready. It's not about, I don't know, decrease our costs or something like that. If we need a good specialist, for example, SEO specialist, we hire
yeah,
senior specialist.
yeah,
So we try to to involve some really high level marketers, for example, but it's really hard story to onboard people remotely very quickly. And mm, I understand what our business core team, um, with several generalist specialists,
Yeah,
we really can do that more quickly than some people with big experience but without experience in our domain. It's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
the main problem. Now we are searching people with experience exactly in our domain, but it's really hard to hire with people in Ukraine because productivity isn't so popular topic for Ukrainian startups. And we Ukraine don't have really famous productivity startups mm, with uh, and where we can find people with big
Y-
experience.
yeah. Because from the other way, like Grammarly is a productivity startup, but not with the like productivity you are talking about.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. So Grammarly, for sure, Grammarly really beautiful and big product, but it's not the same. But
it's yeah, not the same experience for people who are working for them. Yeah,
yeah, but by the way, we tried to get in touch with people from that kind of products, and we have connection with former CMO from Grammarly who now don't work in Grammarly but work
yeah,
about, I don't know, 8 years or something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, so we have some very beautiful advising session with him.
yeah. Well, yeah, and you are growing so fast in this way. Like you just released mobile app something like 2 months ago, yeah, or before, because I've got like notification we released mobile app and that's it. So you're
Um,
well, yeah, you can take.
our mobile app are developing not so quickly as we want because we have not so much developers. So yeah, we have some lags between web app and mobile app, but we want to fix this trouble and yeah. Yeah, in general, we are very quickly to build complete products. I have a hope what till the end of this year we got complete web version and mm, might be
Yeah,
complete mobile version for phone and for iPad.
yeah. Well,
And then yeah, we are ready to growth and scale. We have interesting marketing ideas, and now we are preparing to start with marketing campaigns.
yeah, and like there you go. Something from your team wrote that you're doing a lot of user interviews right now. So you're already your team, like product team, is talking with potential customers, not the customers at all. So you're quite into researching in user research. What you are learning from user research? What's your take on that?
For sure, we are doing a lot of interviews. I think for now we made more than 1,000 interviews in general for these 2 years,
Wow.
and last time mm, we have dedicated specialists who do these interviews. One of our problem is what xTiles is horizontal tool for wide audience, and now very important for us to find some certain niche where we
Uh
can
huh.
grow very quickly. And because of that, we do a lot of interviews with customers, with paid customers. With every paid customers, we try to make an interview. For sure, not all of them agree to it, but we try to do it. And yeah, last time we last I don't know, maybe last month we start interview with non-customers.
Hmm.
We want to understand what people feel, how they feel xTiles at the very beginning of this journey.
Yeah, yeah. So discovery, yeah. Um, that's interesting. That you are not just only like trying to replicate product hunt launch, but trying to find small niches where you're perfect fit. Because I have seen like uh, Notion is a great example that it's tool for everyone, but for nobody. There are people just who are loving it because they like could understand Notion from the first take, and people who could benefit from using Notion, but they're not using it just because it's too complicated in some ways. The same with Coda and all other tools like recognizers. I think that's the thing that killed Evernote eventually. It was for everybody and for everybody, not for nobody, for everybody and for nobody in the same time. I was like Evernote paying you customer for I don't know how many years, but I've moved to Notion like I don't know when, in 2017 or something like that, just because it was like too complete. It became too complex and too complicated to use. It's too slow. They were great, like on the first mobile wave when mobile iPhones became popular and they like released their app and oh yeah, yeah, Notion synchronize everything between your devices. But then it's like, what is this? And I think founders of Evernote did like trying to pivot it, no, not the Evernote, but trying to launch another things, but unsuccessfully, just because they market changed, but they haven't. And that's like maybe that's why not everybody is trying to do their Notion competitor, just because they're afraid of become an Evernote eventually. It's too complex.
Um, yeah, if we speak about it's interesting point. If I got you properly, you think what app for everyone is app for nobody.
Um, yeah, like that was a famous quote from Evernote CEO that um, at some time they've understood that their product is too complex, but when they tried to remove some features, there were always people who were using these features a lot. So like what are you talking about niches? Like they found too many niches, but that couldn't be like being one product at the same time. It's too complex to serve all these niches at the same time. But Notion is in some ways because it's if somebody isn't on a Notion, it's definitely like of additional template, additional service on top of the Notion, like super so like for publishing web pages and all of this. So if you're going into searching niches where you could grow very quickly, how you will still be simple for everybody?
Yeah, it's good question and hard question. Uh, um, I think I would say my opinion about Evernote. You know, it's really hard to transform your app into other app. So I think for every app has their own moment. Evernote was really beautiful in uh, 2007. I,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I started to use it at that time when we released. I like Evernote a lot. Uh, I remember how I expect Google Keep, for example. I think what um, mm, we would be competitor for Evernote. Yeah, but Evernote is note-taking app. But when times changed and some more complicated app enter on the market, like Notion, for example, or I don't know, Asana, or even Trello, Evernote starting to find new way to develop, and we try to transform into some combine, might be not all in one app, but might be some combine. We add tasks, task management, we add some widgets, some this home screen complicated, and every app has a vision of
Mhm.
their founder, and when this vision lost, it's really hard to make something clear, something understandable for the market.
Yeah.
And I think it's a problem of Evernote. Uh, might be it will be a problem for Apple in 5 years, because I think without Steve Jobs, it will be hard to keep market for a long time. They have very good background, very good ecosystem, and it's not it won't be very quickly, but we'll see. But about development of productivity market, I think now we can see two sides of this market. Some strict apps, like, I don't know, Evernote, Tick, for example, like
Mhm.
Asana Team Tool, but it's the same. It's strict tool. What you
Yeah.
couldn't build your own vision to your productivity stack, to your how to organize your team, how to organize yourself. You should adopt to this app, and
Yeah.
it's one way. But I think my vision is what times have been changing, and now people uh, wanted more customization. We
Yeah.
want uh, adopt app to their conditions, to their style in productivity, in other spheres. Like, for example, when we sit in Tesla, we can
Yeah.
see a lot of options, a lot of, not
Yeah.
so big as in Audi, for example.
Yeah.
And I think in productivity app we can see the same. What we see strict apps on one hand, and Notion, uh, Airtable, Coda.io on other hand. But Airtable and Coda.io, it's for teams, for middle size,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
enterprise. Notion is more comprehensive, um, from personal use to till even middle size. Um, uh,
Yeah.
and I think what xTiles can be in that role, in that line. Um, I my vision is what xTiles can take personal knowledge management and small teams, small agencies with non-tech savvy uh,
Mhm.
non-tech savvy specialists. It's what we see now, because
Yeah.
now we don't have team plan at all. We don't have ability to share workspace, but we have about 25 teams. It what we know exactly, but because it's hard to analyze that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
But with these teams, you have a huge opportunity because like Slack invented, not invented, but this product-led growth thing, where like you add in one employee and then like 1,000 employee comes and you're charging everybody $5 a month, and you're charging not $5,000 a month. So from this point, selling to teams like for you is could be more important than selling to individuals, like, because I will not sell xTiles to my wife or to my son just because we will use the same account, and you will like need to find another customer. But with Teams, you can like invest one time and then expand from there.
Yeah, for sure. The high level of our strategy is go to bottom up from personal use to teams. And yeah, about product-led growth, we have huge opportunities, but now we don't pay a lot attention to it. We try to make with basement features, but now that moment when we start to do it, we want um, to release some important features about sharing, about collaboration, which can raise with product-led growth things in our service. By the way, every month we've got more than 1,000 registration through the word of mouth channel. It is good sign for us too. By the I think for last month we got interesting advices from three different person, from advisors from IT arena, for example, about building a viral loop and about building user-generated content loop.
Yeah. Because you have everything to do this. Yeah, basically, you just need to focus on this. Yeah, and what's like now? You're already like a year after product hunt launch, like more than 2 years after initial you started working on xTiles, and more than 9 years, and you started on this idea. What's your biggest moment so far? What's the thing you're proud of? Maybe story, maybe like some generification.
I think I remember that moment when we start to gather feedback, and at the for first year of developing xTiles, we was afraid about competition with Notion. For sure, we was afraid of it. And when I remember 1 week when we did several interviews, and every customer said us, what you are simple than Notion. You are much more simple than Notion, and it's great. It's great for us. And it was so beautiful. I uh, I felt at that moment what we really do right thing.
Yeah. Wow. That's huge. And what is your biggest obstacle right now? What is limiting you to grow faster?
Location in Kremenchuk. Now we have we have marketing strategy, and for sure we understand what we have big opportunities in some third-party partnership with template creators, with influencers, with other brands. What can be our where we can have win-win partnership, and for sure we want to do that in US market.
Yeah.
And yeah, we need somebody on that side, or we should move on other side.
Yeah.
But in general, both things good to do together. Yeah, because in any cases, even if we move there, I think it would be good to hire or to involve some person who has big experience on US market, who
Yeah.
understand their mentality, who is local
Yeah.
there. And yeah, I try to solve now this trouble we trying to find. It could be even co-founder. Mm, I see it with
Yeah.
opportunities, something like that.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for this honest answer. Uh, wow. This hour went so quickly. uh, maybe you want to tell something I haven't asked you.
Uh, oh, hmm.
It's a classical user research question. What you want to tell that I haven't asked you? Yeah.
I see you have experience in that. Um, what I want to tell, if somebody hear us at that moment, try xTiles. It's really good thing to organize your ideas and projects, and yeah, it's really visual and simple, and it's unbelievable experience in your productivity. So let's try it.
Yeah, yeah. For everybody who is listening or watching, you should go to xTiles website, register if you haven't. It's like simpler with Google account, something like that, and just go from there. Everything works on the web, and you have an app too for desktops. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your story. You have a great story. I was enjoying listening to your like how you've building it, and yeah, I'm a more fan than I was before about what you will achieve, and I will try to use styles not only for like test tasks, but for something else, definitely.
Yeah, thank you, Sergey. It was great conversation. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the time. Bye bye.